Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a TechnoBlade statue. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your TechnoBlade statue. Please do make sure that you have access to all those and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of that stuff, we can get started. Step 1. Begin by placing 8 black concrete in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add 2 rows of black concrete on top of that initial row. Then place a row of grey concrete on top of that, followed by a row of cyan terracotta. Then, for the next row, place, going from left to right, 3 cyan, 2 grey concrete, 3 cyan. For the next row, place cyan, light grey, cyan, 2 light grey, cyan, light grey, cyan. For the next row, place light grey, grey, light grey, 2 grey, light grey, grey, light grey. For the next row, place cyan, light grey, cyan, 2 light grey, cyan, light grey, cyan. Make the entire next row cyan. Make the next 2 rows red concrete, so 1, little fail there, and 2. For the next row, place light grey concrete on the ends of the row with white concrete in between. For the next row, place 2 light grey concretes on the end of the row with red in between. For the next 2 rows, place red concrete on the ends, light grey concrete extending inwards, and red concrete in between. This wants to be for 2 rows, as I mentioned. So just do the exact same thing on top. For the next row, place 2 light grey, 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, light grey, and then red. For the next row, place a red, light grey, 2 white, 1 yellow, 1 white, 1 light grey, 1 red. For the next row, place 1 red, 1 light grey, 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 light grey. For the next row, place a red concrete, 1 light grey, 2 white, 1 yellow, 1 white, 1 light grey, 1 red. For the next row, place a red, light grey, 4 white, 1, 2, 3, 4, light grey, 1 red. For the next row, place a red concrete, 2 light grey, 1 white, 1 yellow, 2 light grey, 1 red. For the next row, place 2 red, 1 light grey, 2 white, 1 light grey, 2 red. And then for the next row, place 1 red, 2 light grey, 2 white, 1 light grey, 2 red. So all in all, this is what we want to have. What we can now do is we can take the top of the body here and we can, on either side, extend it out by 4 using red concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to take that row of 4 and we want to extend down by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every single one of those blocks wants to get extended down also. We then want to, underneath this row left to right, place a light grey concrete, 2 light grey. Underneath that, grey, 2 light grey, grey. And then we want to place 3 rows of pink concrete. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 entire rows of pink, just like this. And all in all, that is what the arm should look like. Now, if you want to extend through the statue here and begin by placing 4 pink concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, in the same place that we left off on that opposite arm, we'll do this in reverse. Place 2 rows of pink on top of this, and then left to right, place grey concrete, 2 light grey, grey. For the next row, 2 light grey, grey, light grey. And then place red concrete extending upwards on top of these 4 rows, just like this. And that is mostly what your statue will look like so far. What we then want to do is take the bottom of the feet, extend it backwards by 3 rows using black concrete. 1, 2, 3. Then we want to copy the entire lower leg section coming all the way up to the red concrete area here. So we want to copy all of the black and the grey that we have on the front of the statue onto the back of the statue. So you can see what we're doing here. It's quite complicated actually. So there's quite a nice little pattern of blocks, and we just want to make sure that we get every single one of these right, and then we can move up onto the next one. So here, and then there's a bunch of cyan terracotta here as well. And then we have the red concrete, and when we get up to this red concrete right here, this is where things are going to end a little bit. So, now that we have reached this point, we want to add 3 more rows of red concrete. 1, 2, 3. This takes us up to the top of the hands here, look. We then want to place 3 rows of red concrete extending on the left and right. So 1, 2, 3, or right and left. 1, 2, 3. Yellow concrete in between. Place yellow or rather light grey concrete on top of the yellow. Extend the yellow concrete left and right. Place light grey concrete on top of the yellow. Then place blue concrete on top of the light grey. Place yellow on the outsides of the blue concrete with light grey concrete on top of the yellow. So here and here. We then want to place blue concrete on top of the light grey with yellow concrete on the outsides of the blue with light grey concrete on top. We then want to make the rest of the back of the statue blue on top of the light grey concrete areas and also inside as well, just like this. And then we can fill in the rest of the area here using red concrete. So we just want to have something that should look a little something like this. We then want the back of the arms to be the exact same as the front of the arms. So just as like with the bottom of the leg section, all you gotta do is pretty much just look directly forward and just copy exactly what you see, running all the way up to the top of the shoulder. We'll be doing this on both sides of the statue, of course, so once you have completed that side, we can come over onto this side and do the exact same thing. And once we have done both of these arm sections, we will have pretty much done the entire back of the statue, which will just leave us these sides, which we will tackle in just a moment. Very, very easy to do as well. But all in all, we should have something which should look like this. On the sides of the statue, we want to pretty much just fill in between the sides of the statue in using the material that we see on the left and right. So if you see some cyan, terracotta, use cyan. If you see some light grey concrete, use light grey concrete, red concrete, same. And as we come up to the top of the statue here, accidentally took out part of Techno's hand. Actually looks almost like a little bit more like a pig's. Well, pigs don't have hands, do they? Almost looks a little bit more like a pig's trot. But anyway, we want to come all the way up to the top of the build, and this comes all the way up to the top, and even sat on top of the shoulder. Also, we want to have red concrete as well, and it'll just end up looking a little something like this, which just looks nice and clean. And we just want the same thing on the opposite side also, so over here. And then once we have done these sides, I think that it's probably going to be obvious what we'll be working on next. We'll be working our way up to the top of the statue, where we should have a head. Now, the head is actually quite an easy section, but what isn't necessarily so easy is the crown. But it'll be fine by the time we get up there. So, the body is pretty much 100% made now. We've done the front, the back, and the sides. So now we're going to head to the front of the statue. We're going to head all the way up to the top. Head all the way up to the top. And then we want to place a row of pink concrete on top of the 8 original blocks of the body. Extend these pink concrete forwards by 2 rows. Take the second row of pink concrete and add 3 rows on top. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. On the left and right sides, we want to place black concrete with white concrete in between. Pink concrete in between the eyes, and then 3 rows of pink concrete on top. 1, 2, 3. Now this looks a little bit weird, but all we have to do is add the snout. So this is basically, it's on the second row of the face. You leave a gap of 2 on the left and right and place a row of 4 pink concrete right in the middle. Black concrete on top the left and right blocks. Pink in between, pink on top. Boom, there you've got the face. The bottom of the head wants to get extended backwards until it overhangs the back of the build by 2 rows. This can also be done from the top of the head, but it doesn't really even matter. We then want to extend up the left, right, and back sides up, and we want to create kind of like a bucket shape using pink concrete. We'll then fill the top of it in, and then we'll grab the remaining materials required to finish off the statue. There's not too many, it's basically just to do the crown, and all of the... Well, the crown itself is just yellow, or, you know, assumably gold, but yellow looks a little bit better in my opinion, yellow concrete. But then we've got to add all of the gems to the crown also, so... We are actually almost at that point. This has went a little bit faster than anticipated. There we go. That is the head filled in. And now all we've got to do is grab, we need the yellow concrete, light blue, blue, lime, red, purple. Above the eye line, I want to place a row of yellow concrete that spans all the way around it. It almost looks like a halo, perhaps a bad boy halo. And then, now that we have placed a row of that looks so silly. And now that we've placed a row of yellow, we are going to extend the corners up each by 2. These are going to be level with the top of the head, like this. So all of the 4 corners. And then we want to have more rows of yellow. So, leaving a gap of 2, you want to place more vertical rows of yellow, just like this. So that wants to be on every single side of the head. So everywhere, you'll notice that this is also evenly spaced as well. So every 2 rows, you've got a little bit of yellow. Then, in between the gaps, if we start at the front left side of the statue, we place a yellow, leave a gap, yellow, leave a gap, yellow, leave a gap, so on and so forth. We want to proceed and do this pattern moving all the way around the edge of the statue, just like this. Now, let's add some gems. In the remaining empty spaces, in this order, we're going to place light blue, blue, lime, red, purple, lime, blue, red, lime, and then another lime, red, purple. Boom! There you have your TechnoBlade statue. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that you're happy with this statue. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button. And if you are, please do remember to hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, consider subscribing and clicking the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you want to make anything else by me, check out the card system, the description below, and the top of the comment section, and the recommended videos for more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.